Graco, and welcome to your new home in Portugal. To be frank, this is the most beautiful home that I have ever seen in this region of AQUECIDA, near SÃO MARTINHO BAY, which is a very well-known beach in the region here. It is 5 minutes from the beach. It has this beautiful modern design with pool and a lot of other details that you're going to love. It will be a pleasure to show it to you, so come with me. Where should we start? Well, let's begin with the doors, because every small detail of this home is special. Now, when we are talking about this type of door, the first thing that we have to focus on is on the thickness. It has all the isolation necessary for you to be comfortable all year round. It keeps the home hot during winter and cool during summer. Another thing that you find very important here is the isolation that it has when it comes to the brightness of the sun. Why? Because it is pretty common when you have wide windows like this for the sun to come in a way that actually, besides making the whole environment hotter, it also makes the environment uncomfortable because it is too bright. So with this type of protection, it makes also, when it comes to lightness within the room, more comfortable. Excellent. Now, moving along, it is important for us to mention as well the type of material that you find within the walls here. These walls are built with a different type of brick. This is what we call a thermic brick. A thermic brick is a type of brick where it actually creates more of this isolation that I have talked about. So this entire house, by the way, is isolated. Both the windows, the doors, and the walls. And another thing that is important is that besides the thermic brick, you have another layer, right? That in Portugal we call cutout, but in English you can just understand it as an extra layer that also creates this extra isolation. And the finishing, because of that, is also better. Now, continuing on, we have both a bathroom here and as well a room where you find the heater system where everything is well controlled. Now, something that is pretty important for us to remember when it comes to this particular heating system is that it is for the water and it is completely self-sufficient. Now, there is this room that I would like to show you as well. This is an office room, and it is an office room right now because the current owners decided to do so. But we call it a transition room. What does a transition room mean? A transition room is a room where you can actually transform it into anything else that you would like to make it to. So, for instance, we are going to be soon showing you the amazing living room that we find here. But the reality is that you could expand the living room by knocking down those walls, or you could keep the walls and turn this office into a bedroom, or you could do anything else that you would want with this space. So a good house is a house that is flexible too, and this house definitely has it. Now, I'm going to be going to the bedrooms to show you all the comfort that you find in them. Let's take a look at this corridor area here that gives you access to another bathroom and other rooms that we are going to be talking about soon. Now, starting with this bathroom right here, sliding door, you find very interesting details. So, starting with this design here of the shower, this is what we call an Italian shower. An Italian shower has this continuous design here that allows for, again, more space and at the same time, more comfort for you to get in and out of the shower. Besides that, you have the heating hanger here where you could put your clothes to hang and dry. Very important as well. You have the toilet integrated within the wall, and when it comes to the color, a very clean and nice design. You have as well a wood surface here with the sinks and high quality faucets. When it comes to the big window that you find here, it is always important to emphasize that the quality that I have mentioned when it comes to that first window slash door that we talked about also applies to every other single opening in this house. So this particular window has the exact same features. Isolation, protection from brightness, and all the other good stuff that I have already talked about. Now, continuing on, moving forward, let's take a look at the bedrooms that we find accessing from the corridor. Now, this is the first room, very spacious. And one thing that I would like to mention when it comes to this bedroom, but as well every other bedroom in this house, is the AC system that it has, the air conditioning. The air conditioning has the inverter technology that allows you to use it both as a air conditioner, normal, and at the same time a heater during winter, which, by the way, in Portugal, it can be needed depending on the day. It is not always the case, but you may need it someday. Besides that, you have this beautiful view to the garden from here, which is always good to have. The windows with the protection that you need from both heat and cold, and as well brightness. And something else that I would like to emphasize is that every single doorway that gives you access to the external area of this house has a net within it. This net is really important because it protects you from mosquitoes and other insects that in Portugal during summer can be plentiful. So we have to be really attentive about it, and this house really pays attention to it, which is extremely important for your comfort, right? Besides that, every room here, bedroom, has the wardrobe, very spacious wardrobe, with smooth both opening and closing. Look, when you close, it doesn't make any noise. It closes very smoothly, which makes everything more comfortable. Great. Just another detail, so many details, right? We have the air conditioning system that also gives you control to the air influx of the house. So you also have some level of control when it comes to the air inside of the house because of the high technology that the AC inverter system of this place has. Amazing. Now, another bedroom for you to see. The same standards of the other one. Big space, protected windows with the net, as well the AC system with all the technology that you need to have all the comfort in the world. As well, you have the wardrobe with the smooth closing. Amazing. Now, let's take a look at the panoramic suite bedroom. But let's start with the bathroom. So, the bathroom here is amazing, as all the other bathrooms of this house. Sliding door, so you can comfortably pass through this small passage to the bedroom. The other features that you find here are the same as the other bathrooms. You have this Italian design, the Italian shower design in this bathroom, and the Korean piece that it is extremely high quality with this wooden base. Very, very good bathroom. Now, this is the suite bedroom that is a piece of art, in my opinion. Look at this big piece of glass that frames this amazing view. So, really, really good. Imagine you waking up every day from this bed and having this view. Such an amazing, right? Such an amazing view. Now, this piece of glass, as all the others of this house, has the same features. Thick, isolated, with the nets to protect you against the mosquitoes and other insects during the summer, and all the other elements that really gives you all the privacy and quietness that you need to have a very good night of sleep. Now, with that said, let's take a look now at this other part here, which is, of course, the wardrobe. But the wardrobe here is larger than in the other rooms, of course. Look at all the space that you have here. Really, really good. Now, let's go to the living room space, which is my favorite in this house, also the kitchen, and I will tell you other important elements of this property. So, come with me. Great. Now, before we go to the living room, which as I said is my favorite part of this beautiful home, I just would like to mention something. So this is Portugal, one of the safest countries in the world. But of course that with a house like that, security has to be in mind. Now, this house has everything you need to be safe inside of it. So first of all, we have this smoke alarm. I don't know if you have heard about it, but this is a type of alarm that when an intruder, a burglar, enters your home, it, besides making all the alarms and noises that it does, it also throws out smoke. And this smoke is so thick and white that doesn't allow the intruder to even see 10 meters from you. So it is really, really convenient and as well effective when dealing with burglars. Besides that, we have this central control, which allows you to control all the other security features of this home conveniently. Besides that, we have the phone here that basically allows you to communicate with the street without having to go and show yourself in front of the house. And as well, we have the camera. There is this camera that really gives view to all the necessary area here for you to also keep you and your family safe. Excellent. So now let's take a look at the kitchen, which is one of the highlights of this home. So this is a Korean piece, which is very unique and rare. As you can see, it is just a one-piece design. There is no junction here, which makes this particular element of the house really, really interesting. Now, here you find the faucet, very high quality, with the sink integrated within the Korean piece. And as well, you'll find here the stove with the induction design, which is always greener and safer for you to have. Above, you have the exhaustion, which you can control using a remote control very conveniently. Now, taking a look here at the back, we have the wine space, which is the adega, and it has space for tens of bottles of wine, and as well any cheese or any other type of food that you would like to have with your wine. Here you have the coffee machine with below it this heating shelf, which the objective is for you to keep plates or dishes heated once you cooked it and you don't want to cook them later. Very convenient when you have friends that are coming and the food is already heated, already prepared, and you don't want to recook it when they arrive. Now, this is, of course, an oven, which is at the same time a microwave. Nothing new, but at the same time, always good to have. A lot of shelf space, a lot of cabinet space in the kitchen, all white, and as well the fridge integrated within the design of the cabinets. Very, very good. Now, let's take a look here at the dining space. This dining area has all the space you need and all the exposure to the sun that you need for you to have always a very pleasant experience here with your friends and family. Very spacious, very comfortable, conveniently positioned near the Korean. Now, moving along here, we have, in my opinion, the most beautiful part, at least when we're talking about the internal areas of this house. This is the living room, extremely spacious, extremely sophisticated, with this particular framing, which is just one big piece of glass, which has, as I have already mentioned, all the qualities of all the other pieces of glass that you find in this house. And this is a piece of art, in my opinion, because you have this view, which is framed by this one big piece of glass, making it extremely beautiful. This is, as I said, just like Tuscany in Italy. I love it. I love it. Now, my objective here is to always show not only the inside of these amazing properties that we go to, but at the same time the external areas that sometimes can be as amazing or even more than the internal areas. So let's go to the external, but before we go there, let's just see how cool it is, this sliding door. So even though it is one big piece of glass and it is with the isolation that I have already mentioned, and it is a heavy, thick piece, the reality is that since it is so high quality, it slides very easily. So you won't have any difficulties or any problems when dealing with it. So now let's go to the external area. Come with me. This external area is exclusive. And what I mean by exclusive is that at the same time that you're not isolated, because as you can see you have buildings around, you have people here, you're not isolated. The reality is that you have also privacy here because there are no houses around, there are no other properties so close that you cannot be comfortable here. So 24/7 you will be completely free in your own property. Great. Now, you have all this space here for you to have a very pleasant Sunday with your family and friends, to have your coffee outside, to have all the experiences that you would expect when it comes to living in a very, very comfortable home. Now, this is a wooden path, the deck besides the pool, and I just would like to mention that the machine that deals with the heating system of this pool that we are going to be talking about really soon is located here. So you bring this up and you can access it easily. Now this pool here is amazing. It is heated, as I mentioned. There's this pump that deals with the heating system of the pool. As well, this pool really is well integrated within this space here because it's very well planned. It doesn't take a huge space of the area, but at the same time it is not a small pool. It is just perfect for this area. It has a sliding cover. It is not open here, but it is important that I mention it because besides it being safer when you have kids, the reality is that you have it as well being something that allows you to really protect and maintain the area here of the pool clean. So really, really great. And I think that this property will satisfy you in every single need that you have, regardless of your levels of expectation. And it was a real pleasure to show it all to you. And I hope that you get in touch with us and specifically with Tânia Ferreira at www.grupoenrio.com, and it will be a pleasure to talk to you. So enjoy the view here and see you next time.